work or like have like scrims from 1 to 8. I think at least half of this time is spent doing meetings or talking about the game rather than actually playing. We play for maybe 2.5 to 3 hours. Champ select, meetings, getting into lobby, waiting for enemy team. So then maybe you have like 2 to 3 hours before, 2 to 3 hours after to play solo queue.
I would say around 8 to 10 hours, depending on the day or how I feel. I like going for walks. Usually it helps me clear my mind and be able to refocus and think more about the game.
For me, aside from playing, would be reading. When you spend all your time playing League of Legends, you need to probably like stimulate your mind and learn other things as well. We don't do many team activities on Vitality. I went to a spa. When we were in Paris, we went to Disneyland. Nothing like consistent or regular that has any rhythm, just random things.
We went for football once, it was quite funny. We are planning to do some board games as well. Well, first of all, I try to understand other people's opinions and what they're saying and putting myself in their place. Also, I try to be not very emotional myself.
What I do is refrain as much as possible from being grumpy and tired. I mean, I'm British, it's natural. Would start at 12. And then officially scrims finishes at like 8. It's usually stay at the office for a few more hours, so maybe like 12 to 10.
We have to be at the office usually around 12. We were done scrimming around 7 or 8. And then I stayed to play some solo queue, so I would say around 12 or 1. I usually go home. I talk with my family when I go home. I sometimes listen to music or watch a movie or something like this.
I like to go for walks. There's a nice park behind the office here in Berlin. Try to read a little bit every day, even if it's not much, because usually I'm pretty tired after a day at the office. Pretty loose, I would say. Usually we just have a draft meeting like 3 hours before we're supposed to leave. We finalize what we want to play, then we chill, we play solo queue, you just kind of like do whatever you individually need to get into the right competitive mindset, right? Maybe you don't want to play too much solo queue because you don't want to tilt if you have a bad jungler before a game, and then go to the LEC studio and play. Includes normally talking to many people, reading, walking, sleeping, maybe cooking. Anything else, just like simple and by myself.
Spending time outside or doing a new activity that I don't have much experience, or playing a different game with friends. Usually I get sad when we lose, depending on how I perform as well. I just try to not overthink it too much. I try to go next day and solve out the mistakes.
When I lose, I don't have different ways to calm down. Usually after a game, I'm really tired no matter what. You know, I'm either tilted and sad that we lost, or a bit happy that we won, and then I go sleep. It doesn't really change.
Setup is the key to perform well. It affects my performance a lot, I would say. If I don't feel comfortable with my gear or my monitor settings, it's very likely I'm not going to perform. It's really important to be comfortable in your settings.